Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna go over CIT Bank High Yield Savings Account. Is it really worth it? And the truth is that I've been using high yield savings accounts for a long time. And I want to share with you things that I found, things that I like, especially about CIT, because I did have an account with them for a little bit. And this was mainly for research purposes. And I'm someone that's been using these high yield savings accounts since 2021, 2022 timeframe. I've been gathering a lot of research and observations. I'm an engineer, so that means that I approach this from a level of requirements. And there's a few things that I personally keep in mind whenever I'm looking for something. Like what are the targets? What are the goals? And that's really what's going to help this review. Is going to help set this review apart from what you've seen from other people out there. So this is my personal high yield savings account. If you want, you can screenshot it, you can steal it, but all of these details are the things that we're going to go over in today's video. So let's go over all of these requirements when it comes to high yield savings accounts for CIT. So the main thing is, of course, the interest rate, something that really catches our attention right when we see something. So CIT offers two type of accounts. They have a tiered approach, and that is they have the platinum and they have the savings connect. So that means that the more money you have, the more interest you earn. So if you have at least $5,000, then you qualify for the 4.0%. And if you don't have $5,000 or below, or any amount, then you qualify for the savings connect, which is a 3.9%. If you are interested, or if you are somebody that wants to take advantage of new relationships and bonuses, CIT currently they did have a $300 bonus, though I didn't see it again, so I think it went away. But right now I didn't see any available to the public up until this moment, and it's sad, right? But there are other organizations that you could take advantage of. Like, for example, SoFi is one that's being giving bonuses like for a while now, up to $325. I'm going to leave a link in the description for either CIT or SoFi, whichever it really ends up being for you. SoFi is also another great option but there's other requirements they got to meet for that one. So also, when it comes to fees are extremely important if you are somebody that wants to make sure that you don't get charged for having your money in a high yield savings account, of course. And I'm going to show you proof here where we are. So this is the savings connect right now. It's at 3.9% and the platinum at 4.0%. So now let's go over the required minimum deposit in order to open an account. And that is currently at $100. And so that's very easy enough, right? Like $100, just get your account, start earning interest. I think at the end of the day, the biggest thing in the beginning is building the habit of saving and automating your savings, and really building the muscle that is going to help you make a big difference in the long run. So whatever it is that you have, whether it's 100 or 200, 250, then hey, it's a really good idea to start building the muscle and the habit of saving. So now, insurance, safety, peace of mind. Never bank with an organization that doesn't have FDIC insurance. NCUA is for credit unions. But at the end of the day, we are looking for something that is at least insured up to $250,000, which most commercial banks are. And the CIT Bank overall, not just platinum, but like overall savings connect, the CIT as a bank is insured up to $250,000. Now, another thing that is very important is how long transfers take to go to external accounts, because you may be somebody who says, hey, I need my account, or I need my money tomorrow, or I need my money by in 2 days from now, right? So this really does make a difference. But I want to say that most high yield savings accounts, most banks give you about 1 to 3 business days to transfer your money. There is a caveat, though, that I want to share here with you, because in many cases, what I've heard from some people, they complain because they get quote unquote locked out of their account. And the reason for this is because when I contacted these banks and I asked them, hey, what if sometimes transactions take a little bit longer to transfer? And they mentioned that for safety reasons, they want to make sure that you're also the one that is on the receiving end of the transaction, because there's been a lot of scams. There's been a lot of people that just steal from your account. So they want to make sure that you're also at least aware that you are the one receiving the money on the other end, especially also if you are somebody that is new to an organization. As a former banker myself, I used to work at a bank. Banks do track your transactions, especially in the beginning, because they want to make sure that you're not giving any type of shady transactions, right? So just something to keep in mind, so that way you're not stuck calling customer service and you are not happy with, because your money's taking forever to get to your other account. All right, so another thing that is very important is how you can make deposits. Of course, this is more for information. You can use the regular bank transfer, ACH. direct deposit, wire transfer, e-check. You can also mail checks if that's what you like. And also they have the Zelle integration, which could be very, very helpful if you want transfer in minutes to somebody else. So here is a few common questions like the FDIC insurance screenshot to prove to you that I'm not just pulling stuff out of my behind, right? All right. So when it comes to withdrawal frequency limit, very, very important if you're somebody that for some reason ends up using your high yield savings account like a checking account. But so when it comes to CIT, it doesn't have any type of limit, right? But if you go with the platinum, you do have to keep your $5,000 balance with CIT. So just that's something to keep in mind. There used to be a regulation that restricted banks to allow customers more than 6 withdrawals per month. Like up until 2020, that was the thing. But beyond 2020 in April, the Federal Reserve told banks, hey, you can allow customers to get their money whenever they want because of what happened in 2020. Crazy year, we all remember. So now many banks are still using the same philosophy of no restrictions when it comes to withdrawal frequency. And of course, that makes it very easy to access your money through online, mobile, maybe ATM. If you do happen to open an e-checking account, an electronic checking account, then you would get an ATM through that service. So they do have human customer service, which to me is, of course, very, very important. You're not talking to a robot or AI. In many cases, hey, I want somebody to fix my problems right away. And that's when the human customer service becomes very, very handy. So a few screenshots here to help you understand like where I'm getting all my information from. Now, here, let's go over a few things that I think are important. And that is the X factors that I call. And that is the average review score from customers, like for CIT, right? Like from Bankrate, we got a 4.5 out of 5. NerdWallet, the same rate. And CIT is actually one of the most established brands out there because they've been in history for a long time. So it was originally founded, CIT itself, in 1908, and it was acquired by First Citizens Bank in 2022. Now, First Citizens Bank has been in business since 1898, right? Originally from North Carolina. So what that tells me right there is that, of course, they're a very serious business in the financial organization, well respected, at least from my eyes and my point of view. Because the longer you're starting business, that means that you overcome a lot of challenges. Like you care about your customers. If you provide shitty customer service, then you don't stay in business for too long, right? So that's really the bottom line. So with this being said, my friends, let's go over now the pros and cons for CIT. And this is really going to help bring this home. So when it comes to the pros, we got a higher APY between now, if you go with the Savings Connect, remember 3.9%. If you go with a Savings Platinum, which you need $5,000 for, then you are at 4, you need at least 4.0%. No monthly fees, FDIC insurance, $250K. The simple savings account, it's one of those things that you just kind of like set and forget, and you just let it grow in the background, automate your savings, and then you're good to go. Also, another thing that you got to keep in mind is that you got to keep your $5,000 at all times to keep the highest APY available, as I mentioned. And you do need $100 to start for both of these accounts, regardless of which one you choose. And no publicly available bonus, no branches. So these are the cons that I've identified. But again, it's really going to depend on how you personally look at it, like what you are looking for exactly. So with that being said, let's go over the $1 million question, and that is whether or not I would recommend this account to my mom. So I would recommend this account to my mom if my mom is looking for a higher interest, right, like up to 4.0% or at least a 3.9%. Also, if she has more than 5K to start, then 4.0% is pretty good nowadays. And this is an account that has no bells and whistles, just high interest with a reputable organization, right? Like that's really what I see. It's like it's a boring account. That's really what it comes down to. But many times, hey, we like it boring. A few things that we just like boring. We don't like it. We don't like too many bells and whistles, and we just gotta like keep it simple, boring, and that's just the way it is, right? So, if I were looking just for a set it and forget it, hey, CIT Bank, great option, great interest, reputable organization, safety. No, if my mom is looking for a high cash signing bonus, or she's looking for more options and tools on investing, savings, maybe loans and mortgages, and like she wants to have like a new banking hub. And in that case, then there are other options out there that come to mind that you can talk. Now you're talking about Ally or maybe Wealthfront, which is a fintech. A lot of people like fintechs, or SoFi is also another option. So those are the ones that personally come to mind when I think about that. So let me know what you think. Is CIT for you? If CIT is for you, there's going to be a link in the description that you can sign up for the Savings Connect, the one that gives you 3.9%. Everybody can open that one. And if you are interested in an account that gives you a bonus for a high yield savings, I'm going to give you SoFi as a recommendation. You can earn up to $325. And of course, there are some requirements that you got to meet for that one. So there's also going to be a link in the description if you want to learn more about those. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe, and most importantly, share. Peace.